Denver, 2-on-1, Brown, Westbrook, no!
What?
Conley the other way, Edwards looks at the clock, drives.
What?
Full outs.
They got a foul.
They got a
What just happened?
foul on the three-point shot.
What was that?
Westbrook was there.
Why can I not escape the wrath of a Russ in Denver?
We would shoot 3 free throws and place the game clock at .1.
I just watched Nikola Jokic drop the highest scoring triple-double in NBA history with 61 points, and the Nuggets still lost to the Timberwolves in double overtime on a last-second three-point miss that was taken to the line because of Russell Westbrook and his foul.
For the lead. The NBA doesn't get much better than this.
Shut up, Kevin. This is the worst the NBA gets. The worst, I say. It was supposed to be a cozy, peaceful Tuesday night. I curled up in bed with a glass of Chardonnay, whiskey, out of whiskey neat like a goddamn man. And I decided to give the Nuggets my full attention after my wife turned the game on for me, so she could text her boyfriend without me noticing. The Nuggets didn't have Jamal Murray or MPJ, who was not playing for personal reasons. He personally didn't want to get kicked in the nuts by the T-Wolves again. Anthony Edwards and Minnesota have the Nuggets number. I think this is like 6 wins in a row for them. I wasn't expecting much. I just wanted to see Denver play respectably while being shorthanded, and they did. But then I was taken on another goddamn ride by another goddamn Denver Russell.
Oh no, they dropped him. I mean, his eyes are to the left.
The kind that ends in the impound lot with a dead body in the trunk and a junkyard dog ripping your leg to shreds.
Whoa, you got a dead hooker in the trunk.
What? No!
I quite literally witnessed the worst, most soul-destroying ending of a basketball game I've ever seen. I wanted to rip my eyes out, okay? Ball so hard, mother wanna blind me. Ball so hard, mother wanna blind me. Do it, mother! Pour the chlorine in my eyes. This game took everything out of me. There's been more left of me after a bout with dysentery, okay? Jokic was insane. That was the most MVP type performance you will witness in a competitive game.
The best game of my life, like, that I've been a part of. Nikola Jokic, bro. Oh my God, he might be the best basketball player I've ever seen.
That's very nice of you to say, Anthony. Ant? May I call you Ant-Man? Paul Rudd. That's very nice of you to say, Paul Rudd. I think you're good at basketball too, but I hate you for ruining my life last night.
Wow. Whatever I did don't matter. What he did, he was the MVP tonight.
The final 20 seconds of this game, I promise, are unlike any final 20 seconds you've experienced in an NBA game. Welcome to the new worst ending ever. It's crunch time, mother lickers. I need to get 395 signups at Underdog by the NFL draft to hit a $60,000 bonus, okay? $60K with 395 more signups, but I need your help to do it. If you like playing daily fantasy or in pick'em games, I suggest you take the higher on Jokic, take the higher on Anthony Edwards in the fourth quarter of a game, and you can multiply what you put into the game. And when I say I need your help, I mean it. Spread the word, share, tell a friend, whatever you gotta do to help me get to those 6,000 total signups by the NFL draft. Underdog, it's my favorite app to play daily fantasy or in pick'em games, or to hit $60,000 bonuses.
Good evening, everyone, from Denver for an important game in the Western Conference.
I believe the Wolves have a personal vendetta against my casual sports joy. And every time I forget Rudy Gobert exists, he shows up in my bedroom on my TV, and he shoves his long, gangly arm all the way down my throat and removes everything I have inside of me that keeps me alive. This was an incredible back and forth game from start to finish. Kevin Harlan said it felt like a playoff game of about 1,000 times during the broadcast. And it did, despite the Nuggets not having Jamal Murray or Michael Porter Jr. in the game. That's what made the ending of this game so brutal for Nuggets fans. They survived the crash just to have a piano dropped on their fucking heads as they exited the hospital. Jokic controlled the entire game.
The one guy that Minnesota just does not have an answer for.
He's an all-consuming monolith that all other players pray to in awe.
How do you feel after 50 minutes against Jokic?
I feel terrible. Absolutely awful.
He converts the non-believers every time he steps on a court. Denver was forced to start rookie Jalen Pickett, who I thought was the Eagles' quarterback this last season. Peyton Watson got a ton of playing time. Christian Brown played 53 minutes and grabbed 12 boards, none of which those seemed to be offensive rebounds, as Minnesota outglassed the Nuggets 21-8 in offensive rebounds. That was probably the biggest issue in this game, if we want to get down to, real basketball talk. The Nuggets outplayed the T-Wolves, even without their two most important offensive players. Denver shot 54.7% to Minnesota's 46.8%, but those dirty Wolves from the North fired off 111 field goals to the Nuggets' 86 and shot 53s to Denver's 34. There's no better example of the problems the Nuggets defense has than seeing Nickeil Alexander-Walker score 26. Who the fuck is Nickeil Alexander-Walker?
Alexander-Walker.
He averages 9.5 points per game, and he clipped the Nuggets for fucking 26. Let's fast forward, though, to the fourth quarter. Jokic played the entire second half. Every single minute post-halftime. Paul Rudd had 10 points going into the fourth, and he finished with 34. That's 24 of the most infuriating points I've watched since Super Bowl 51.
I don't like to toot my own horn, but I had 10 points going into the fourth quarter. And, my teammates trusted me to take every shot down the stretch, and I was able to come alive for them.
Then Ant-Man went off. He was 5 of 15 from the three-point line, and I'm pretty sure he made all 5 of those threes in the clutch. Just fucking perfect when I wanted him to suck the hardest. You're so annoying, Paul Rudd.
I know. Wasn't my idea.
Ant getting hot forced the Nuggets to start double-teaming him, which kept giving Julius Randle and Nickeil, I still have never heard of you, Alexander-Walker, good looks. Speaking of good looks, Paul Rudd hit back-to-back threes in the fourth quarter to tie the game and then take a three-point lead. Even as Minnesota kept punching, the Nuggets kept absorbing those punches.
Show me how to punch.
And Nikola Jokic, the center of the basketball universe, kept Denver alive. Everything orbits around him, except that flopping Rudy Gobert who Jokic ran through to keep Denver alive in the waning moments of the fourth.
Get up, little man.
Get out the way.
Maybe Jokic isn't the center of the universe. Maybe he's more like a black hole. Something that moves along, does whatever it wants, and anything that enters it disappears. No, he is the center of the universe, which means he also possesses black holes. He's everything. He's all-encompassing. He creates opportunities for whoever's on the court. He could play with fucking 5-year-olds and still take a game into OT. Regulation concluded at 112-112. Minnesota jumped out to a 6-point lead in the first overtime. I think the Nuggets are buried here. Buried so deep that no prospector on earth has a chance at finding them and polishing them so the world can see how truly glorious they are. But the Joker fucking drills a 3 from the top of the arc. He hit 6 threes in this game, which was more than Paul Rudd, by the way. Wolves go back up by 5. Hope dwindles again. Boom! Aaron Gordon drops a tray. He had 4 on the night. And then Jokic drives his ass to the bucket to tie it up with 7 seconds left in the first overtime. Rudy Gobert fouled out by this point. Randle had 4 fouls, I believe, so Denver had the edge. And by edge, I mean edging. This game was edging hard, and there would never be relief for me. Jokic and Paul Rudd, they go back and forth again. It's what made this a beautiful game. Well, until it was ruined by those bastard dire wolves that should have just been put down. Jokic and Paul Rudd were like two artists, painting their masterpieces side by side. Jokic putting the final strokes on Starry Night. Anthony Edwards polishing his David because everyone knows Ant loves looking directly at a penis and never blinking when he does. It's said he could recreate every penis he's ever seen in an NBA locker room from memory alone.
Was a gasp of wonder.
Regardless, his affinity for chiseled penises is unmatched, and we had two beautiful works of art happening simultaneously. Then, this nobody artist comes out of nowhere and drills a three with 30 seconds left in the second overtime. Yeah, Alexander-Walker. If we're sticking with the art references, he's like Edvard Munch, and not because I want to call him Butt Munch, but because he painted the scream. His interpretation of what Nuggets fans were about to look like. And it's the only notable work he's ever fucking done. Westbrook got to the line after a foul, and he made one of his 2 free throws to tie the game. But here's where shit gets wild. The next 20 seconds are unlike any game you have ever witnessed. As Russ missed the second shot, it goes out of bounds, and the refs select for a mid-court jump ball. Okay, cool. Jokic had been winning the tip-offs all night, and Minnesota knew it, so they fouled him. They fouled him! What a lucky break for the Nuggets. Minnesota's head coach, Jeff Daniels, can't believe it.
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
But, oh God, no, Jokic misses his first free throw. He makes the second. Denver has a 1-point lead. There's 17.7 seconds left in this nail biter. And when I say nail biter, I'm talking about hardware. Zinc-plated common nails I'm shoving in my mouth trying to shatter my teeth with. And I'm just praying Minnesota shoots quickly so the Nuggets can finally have the ball to close out a quarter. Russell Westbrook grabs it in stride. He kicks it to Brown. Brown back to Westbrook, who, oh fuck no, misses the layup. Why? Why didn't you stop and dribble around? Eat some clock, Russ. Take the foul. Get back to the free throw line. Or why didn't you just make the goddamn layup? Why? Minnesota pushes back down court knowing the Nuggets are out of position. The unknown, Alexander-Walker, is wide open from the 3, and he finally misses. Game over. Game over. Wait, what?
Got a foul. They got a foul on the 3-point shot.
Russ gets called for the foul. Walker gets 3 free throws. Watching a game end on 3 free throws after you thought your team won 3 distinct moments in the last 12 seconds is crushing. A 1-point lead with 3 free throws is the kind of torture that's been banned by even terrorist groups. It was 11:30 p.m. and I was wound up like I had just watched the Broncos lose a playoff game. Jokic finished his masterpiece, and then Russell Westbrook comes in like a misguided activist, throws fucking soup all over it. And I'm talking Campbell soup. Didn't even have the courtesy to splurge on Amy's Organic. They say you live by the Westbrook, you die by the Westbrook. And I think for Denver sports fans, we need to amend that to live by the Russ, die by the Russ.
Let's ride, baby.
All I know is you need a Russ to lose a game where your Hall of Fame leader posts the highest scoring triple-double in NBA history with 61 points. Keep your head up though, Nuggets. Even you, Russ. We're gonna need you down the stretch because the Nuggets are probably going to have to do this shit again in the playoffs against the Wolves. Let's hope the team is fully healthy by then, or the state of Colorado reverses their reintroduction of Wolves into the wild here and gives us all permission to rid the world of Wolves by any means necessary. I never thought I'd say this, but I think I'm on the side of the Greyjoys.
Here's to the young wolf.
Forever young.
Thanks for watching That's Good Sports. Please subscribe to this YouTube channel. I mostly do football stuff, so don't expect me to be recapping NBA games every week. But dear God, this one was insane.
Alexander-Walker